Again, my name is Peter Boykin. I'm running for Lieutenant Governor in 2024. There's a few opponents out there. I got one opponent who likes to post live videos, kind of like I do. There's another guy who does really good at podcasting as well. And everybody's got their own little message to put out there. And I want to address earlier, my opponent likes to put out that he's able to travel throughout the state. It's 100-some degrees out there, so I hope he's drinking water. I hope y'all are drinking water. I'm sitting out sort of in the shade, got a fan on me, in a parking lot near home. Not driving out all over the state during this extremely hot weather. I don't have a RV bus, don't have the funding to put into such a gas guzzler. I know people are struggling here in North Carolina. And a lot of my be to get out a little bit more after the summer, when people are more minded when it comes to the election. Because people don't really go there until December. My push is to talk about issues. And you can do that virtually. You can be a keyboard warrior. You can post memes like, other people said that they do. But you can get the word out there as much as you can remotely without traveling the state, spending gas. And if there's individuals that want to speak to me, we've got this thing called the internet. We got this thing called the phone. We've got video like right now. I'm looking. Whoever joins, I will share this all over so people can see this. You can call me. My telephone number is 1-336-605-8353. That is my personal cell phone number. So if I don't answer, please leave a message. There is a assistant that takes some of the information. It's a digital assistant. But I'm willing. I'm open. You can email me, peterboykin@peterboykin.com or peterboykin@gmail.com. You can reach out to me. I'm open. So we can do FaceTime. And if I can get out to a county somewhere and I can find it within my work schedule, I will get that face-to-face that we talked about. But going to regular Republican events, the 0.11% of the registered Republican, 0.11, not 11%, 0.11%, possibly 10,000 voters out of 2.2 million Republican voters, not counting the unaffiliated, which has a lot of Republicans who just became unaffiliated, and I don't blame you, not because there's something wrong with the Republican Party, it's just because the left will attack you. I've had a hard time trying to find jobs being a registered, active Republican, so I can understand a lot of people have become unaffiliated, because that's what you have to do to keep a job, it seems, nowadays. But those of us that work hard, you can look me up, you can Google me, it tells you a partial story of what's going on, slanted more left, against me. But anybody can call me up, contact me. I can tell you about what's going on. I've ran for office before. Didn't win. Lincoln didn't win. He went and win over and over again. Now, I can tell you about the issues and the topics, but you can go to peterboykin.com/issues to find out all the topics. We can talk about the hot-butted topics. One thing I'll try to stay away from is the gray areas, the things that doesn't help us, the things that just weigh us down, the things that are keeping North Carolina from being able to figure out how to do maps, because they're going to wait till the last minute. You got people wanting to run for U.S. Congress. You got people wanting to run for higher positions, but they can't in North Carolina because the new maps aren't made. They haven't even created the maps yet. They haven't even started because they want to work on decisive and divisive because they've got a supermajority. I understand, the supermajority. Unfortunately, when it comes to supermajority, that's nice, but you don't even open the board for people to have opinions or to communicate or to give ideas. And I understand the other side, if they had a supermajority, they wouldn't want to neither. But that doesn't make us any better for not opening the floor and listening and trying to get things done and compromising, because it takes both the right and the left and the middle and everybody else in this country, this great melting pot, to make America what it is, great and greater. We can't do it with just one side. Now, I am a constitutional conservative Republican. I am not a social conservative. I have no problem telling you that. I am an economic and physical conservative as much as possible, but I want to make America great. I want to build America up. I want to build North Carolina up. I want to bring business here. I want to protect our families, and I want to protect people who don't have families. I want to protect the individuals. I want to protect life, liberty, and equality, and limited government. and more of the government out of your lives. And believe me, too many people have decided that they want to be in every bit of our lives. There's compromise on some of these gray issues. And believe me, a lot of people will call me a rhino. They'll call me a rhino. They'll call me a woke. They'll call me whatever they want to call me, because that's become whoever you disagree with, especially if on your own party, they're now a rhino or they're woke or etc. It's just bad words and talking trash about each other, but not fighting for making a better America for everyone. No matter if you're right or left, vote for me or don't vote for me. If I'm elected lieutenant governor, I will do everything within my little bit of power, because they don't give you much as lieutenant governor, to address the issues. And I will be trying to make it to some city councils and some council meetings and some county meetings and things and talk about infrastructure. I've got a few ideas out there. We'll talk about them in the future. One is a better system of finding locations and addresses. The other one is having a plan of action in case of emergency for EMP pulses, solar flares, anything that would take down the internet. This is the kind of stuff that I would like to address with city councils. This is the type of things I would like to address with the county. This is the kind of stuff I would do if I'm lieutenant governor, because when you're lieutenant governor, you don't have a lot of main duties. But you sit on specific boards, you can input things into schools and education and freedom of choice in schools, and you can help grow America, and you can work and get influence, and you became a big cheerleader of making this state better. That's what you're doing. You don't just go in so you can start running for governor. You do your job. And that's what I believe it's a job for. And it's like my opponent says, you want to go out and right now and during this campaign and you want to interview for that job and you want to meet people. We all have our different ways. He mentioned that he meets people face to face. He wants to do that interaction. It's not about making as much money, but gloats about how much money he made. My campaign didn't really make any money. Nothing. I'm working on the finance at the last minute. I'm working on the finance report, and it's mainly just expenses out of my pocket that we'd be putting onto the board that maybe eventually I'll pay myself back, but if it doesn't matter, if it does, it doesn't, but I have to put down what I spent. And it all came out of what I worked for, because I work 5 to 6 days a week, overnight, during the day. I do other work. I also take care of my parents, and I campaign when I can campaign. Back in the old days, think about the old days. People used to have to take care of the farm. They used to you talk about family. You had to take care of your family, your farm, your livelihood. Even those that were elected or the ones that are running, they had to do all of that. Then they had time for politicking. And that's how it is, folks. I have to take care of my personal life, my personal finances. And then extra goes toward my campaign. And if people want to donate, that's great. But if you notice that a lot of people campaign reports, you have a few donors, few small donors, but mainly you've got those large friends, those large donors, those people who have more influence. They're putting and buying influence on you, and larger groups that will donate. And this especially in a primary. So, not a lot of people have smaller donations, and I don't expect people. Later on, I'll be making phone calls, I'll be doing door knocks and everything, and not once am I really going to be asking for money. I might have it on the slip of paper that I leave at a door or on my website. But do I expect people to donate? Probably not. Can people afford it? Definitely not. Definitely not for, what's in it for them? What's in it for to get this lowly boy elected, as lieutenant governor? But what I will do is I will work hard, if elected, and put in that position. And until then, I will do my best as a hardworking citizen of North Carolina to both have my life at home, my work life, and mix that in with my politicking. You'll see a lot more coming out of me near the end of the year when I'm able to do more. I am trying to save up my funds right now to push and trying to put together more of a game plan when people are more mindset on the election. And I know it's always campaign time, right, folks? So, I just want to let y'all know, I'm working hard. I'm doing the research. I run a couple of news websites. I try to find out what's going on in North Carolina. I try to find out what's going on in the world. I try to stay on top and commentate about the topics that are important and I stray away from nonsense topics. And that's what you're going to do as Lieutenant Governor. The best way to do is to understand that your door is going to be open for people, always, and that you're available. Again, my number, my email, you can contact me anytime, and you can find me on all sorts of different social medias. And, folks, I hope to see you out there on the campaign trail, and I hope to hear from you. God bless everybody.